Welcome to another video of Dan Does It. Today we're going to be going through Cisco Packet Tracer 2.3.7, navigate the iOS. So let's jump right into it. We have part 1, establish basic connections, access the CLI, and explore help. Part 2, explore exec modes. So we have user exec, privilege exec, and part 3, set the clock. So let's jump right in. Click the connections icon, which is this lightning bolt down here. Select the light blue console cable and click PC1. We're going to plug that into the RS-232. Click on the switch and we're going to connect that to the console port. Now we are connected via console connection, so we're going to jump into step 2 here. Click on PC1, bring that over here. Click on the desktop tab, the terminal, and then select OK. And what is the setting for, oh, that was back here. So terminal bits per second is 9600. Click OK. Press enter. What is the prompt displayed on the screen? That's going to be this right here. S1 showing that we are in the user exec mode. Alright, step 3 here. Explore the iOS help. The iOS can provide help for commands depending on level access. The prompt currently displayed is called user exec and the device is waiting for a command. The most basic form of help is to type the question mark at the prompt to display a list of commands. So let's go ahead and do that. So this question mark gives us all the commands that we can access from the user exec mode. And now it wants us to type T question mark, which will give us all the commands that start with T, which are telnet, terminal, traceroute. It's a pretty small list here, so we could see that was going to be those 3. And the next one it wants us to do is TE. So out of these, we can see that we're just going to get telnet and terminal. Let's see if we're right here. TE question mark, telnet and terminal. Perfect. Part 2, explore exec modes. Enter the privilege exec mode. At the prompt, type the question mark. Alright, type the question mark. We can see what information is displayed for the enable command. If we look at the enable, it turns on privilege commands. So that's what we want to do. So we'll do en tab. What that does is finishes writing out the command as long as you've distinguished it from the other ones. So there's no other commands here that start with en, which means it will finish writing it for us. If there was another one that started with en, it would just do nothing. It would stay en. So we have the enable here. Let's type enter. And command and press enter. How does the prompt change? Now we are in the privilege exec mode. So now we should type the question mark again. And as you can see, there's a lot more commands. There we go. We have this whole list this time. And one command starts with letter C in user exec mode. which was connect. How many commands are displayed now that privilege exec mode is active? We'll just do C question mark. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 commands in the privilege exec mode. So next it wants us to type in this command, configure, and press enter. We'll press enter again. And now I can see we are in the global configuration mode. That would be this question, how does the prompt change? C. This is called the global configuration mode, and we can exit out of that. Then just press enter once. Now we're back to the user exec mode, which is the one, or the privilege exec mode, which is the one we'll use to set the clock. So next, use the clock commands. I'm going to type show clock. This is our current clock. It says 23:07. 8, so that would be 11 p.m., 7 minutes, and 8 seconds on Sunday, February 28th, 1993. Obviously not correct, so we'll go ahead and work on setting that up later here to another incorrect date. Let's go ahead here. We'll just click clock. Then enter, shows incomplete command. So if we want to find out what it needs next, we can just put a question mark. So we'll put clock space question mark. It wants us to set the time and date. So let's click set space question mark. Wants the hours, minutes, seconds. So that will be, wants us to set it at 3 p.m. So we'll do 15:00 space question mark. Now it wants the day of the month and the month of the year. So the day of the month it wants us to do is 31 and January. So we'll do 31. January 2035. And that seems to have worked. So let's go ahead and do the show clock command again. There we go. You can see this is changed now. It's not a 0, it's a 7. That's because 7 seconds have went by since we set it. But everything else is good. January 31st, 2035. And it is still 3 o'clock. And last up here, explore additional commands. So we'll do CL tab. The reason it doesn't do anything here is because we have 2 commands that start with CL. So if we did CLE tab, we get clear. If we did the CLO tab, we get clock, which are the only 2 CL commands up here. Next, it wants us to do clock command. So clock enter, incomplete. We'll do clock set 25. Anybody see any problem with this? Yeah, there's not 25 hours in a day. So that's not going to be an incomplete command. Will be something else. Invalid input. And last one. 15. 32. We're going to get the invalid input again because there is no month with 32 days in it. So type enter. And there we go, guys. We have completed Cisco Packet Tracer 2.3.7. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.